You know, I feel about the beer the way you'd feel about your kids. There's something special and wonderful about every one of them, or they don't get in the door. And so we tend to look at them, and I tend to look at them as what can I appreciate? It's not brain surgery, it's beer. Initially, my husband was an avid home brewer. And he and a buddy of his used to discuss what they would do. And then his buddy's wife said, okay, stop talking about it. I will give you money, go do something. And we initially discussed doing a brew pub, but it was kind of prohibitively expensive, and so they were looking for something else, and I suggested a beer store. Once we got the idea of a beer store, we decided to be a craft beer store exclusively. The idea was to provide a high-end selection of small production products and to be able to provide a staff that could really educate the consumer about the product.
All right, my name is Ben Granger. I'm one of the owners of Bierkraft. I pretty much do everything. I build all the equipment, I fix all the equipment, make beer decisions, make food decisions, I design the menu, I built all the furniture on the other side. I do a lot of things. Not the only thing I don't do. No, there's nothing I don't do.
Well, when we first opened, we had 300 beers on the shelf, and now we have 1,100 bottles on the shelf. We also have 13 beers on tap and 3 beers on cask. So the nature of the business and the selection has expanded.
The way it's set up, I mean, we're working basically in the front, the Americans, all the way down to like all our kind of import stuff. We kind of get into the Midwest a little bit more here with some Michigan beers and then some southern stuff, Louisiana down here. And then Midwest, we get Colorado and Chicago and, you know, more Colorado stuff. Then we get straight up West Coast. And then we get into the English beers. And the English beers are pretty much straightforward, just kind of set up by brewery. And then we work into some Scottish stuff, some kind of a strange section here that we refer to as countries with accents. So it's, you know, Australia, New Zealand, some Canadian beer. And then we get into some weird like Italian, Polish, and then we get to the German section. Germany rolls all the way to here, and then it's Belgian all the way down with a sourdough in between.
We try to be on top of when the newest craft beers are coming in, when the newest releases are coming out, so we know what to ask for. We very personally discuss the product, and that means we find out a bit about the brewer, about the brewery, about what makes the brewery special and what makes the beer special, and then we try to share that with our customer.
This is a $100 bottle of Mad Elf, but that's because it's, again, $109 bottle of Mad Elf, but that's sheer volume. And then, you know, oh, they got this guy here. Let's get the second edition Dark Horizon. This is a collector's item right here. These guys go for $30 a bottle. And they are a gorgeous little 17.5% alcohol Imperial Stout. Serious beer.
When somebody gets started, we say, well, what do you like? I like a Heineken. Okay, so we can start from there. We can look for a nice crispy lager that's in much smaller production where you can taste different flavors. And we start with things that are familiar. And if you come back and say, I like that, where do I go next? We take you to the next place.
I'll show you up top here. That's the way we fill a growler here. Filler goes on. There's no other filling system like this, mostly because I built it. Filler goes on, and I plug the bottle into a CO2 line. That's oxygen coming out, CO2 going in. I don't know, what do you guys want? You want a stout? You want a wheat beer? Wheat beer. Plug it into the line, open the line, and then the cap. When we actually release this, you'll notice there's a hair of neck foam. That's what we want.
We did feel the impact of the change in the economy really pretty early on, though I do have to say that, you know, we can be very limber. And that's basically what we've done, is we've responded to where there's more interest, we bring in more. Where there's less, we pull back. So it's sort of like in good times, people drink more, and in bad times, people drink more. Either way you look at it, either you're comforting yourself or you're celebrating, but so much of drinking and enjoying beer is being able to, for a relatively small investment, get some sort of satisfaction and enjoyment out of life, even when things aren't as peachy as they might be.